When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
So Brad, not his real name, reached out to us, said, hey, Ben and Kelly, question for you. As my friend group has all rounded 30,
giddy up,
we've had the good fortune of none of the fellas dropping off.
None of the fellas.
They're all hanging together.
Yeah.
But
good.
that could be changing soon.
Okay.
Our friend, Nick, in quotes, is marrying Mandy, in quotes.
Okay.
She wants nothing to do with us.
Oh.
She's averse to group hangouts. She RSVP'd, then no-showed my wedding.
Oh.
Now, the past couple of years only widened the gap, and about 30% of the friend group is invited to their wedding next month. Plus, Nick is leaving out two guys for whom he was a groomsman. Now, from what we can tell, the small wedding was her idea because she doesn't have close friends of her own. Nick has rarely stood up for himself in relationships past, and when he finally does, it's abrupt and leads to a breakup.
Oh, healthy.
We think this is headed that way, but no one's brought it to his attention because he's a grown-up. Yet these wedding snubs feel like the end of the friendship. So do we say something? And what do we say? Thank you. Love your show.
Oh, man.
That is always tough when, like, the significant other is not cool with your friend group. That's tough. And I can't personally say I've ever been in that situation because we've always been cool with each other's friends.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like a long time ago when I first started dating my wife, and they'll deny it now, but there was a comment that was like, man, you know, because I was hanging out with her all the time and I wasn't hanging out with my friends anymore. And so they're like, man, she's pulling you away from us.
Yeah.
And
you ditched us for her.
Yeah. And so maybe that's what he's feeling.
Yeah. Elizabeth says, I know this is kind of dramatic, but it happens all the time. She could be trying to isolate him, and there's more going on behind the scenes that your group isn't aware of because she avoids you. No matter what, though, just like literally every other group therapy, use your words. Be an adult and voice your concerns as a group.
Listen, if everybody just used their words and communicated like mature adults,
Elizabeth,
there would be no bit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
She said, hopefully, if it's a toxic relationship, he will come to his senses before he marries her. The fact that she's against the group hangouts and doesn't seem to have friends of her own is a huge red flag, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely let us know if you've been in this situation or if you've seen from the outside in, like you were the woman or the guy who the friend group or you didn't like the friend group, you know?
Yeah.
And how that all worked out.
Because I tend to think that that's not going to last like long term if you kind of make him choose your friends or me.
Yeah. And, you know, a wedding's supposed to be forever. So, you know, that's something that you should deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So would love to hear your stories and more group therapy coming up next on members of his friend group, Nick, getting married to Mandy, and she doesn't like the friend group, and he's worried that he's going to lose his friend.
Yeah. And only about 30% of their group is actually invited to their wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's just kind of wondering, you know, how do we handle this? Do we bring this up? What do we say?
Yeah, you know, Parsi brings up a good point and says friends are either in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Maybe Nick is only a season of being in your 20s and college. You may never know the reason for the abrupt departure, or maybe in a few years you'll resolve all the issues. Time will tell.
And Greg texted, it's only going to get worse, Nick. The engagement period is as good as it gets. First it's friends, and it'll be family who gets dropped. He'll wake up one day and be isolated from everyone but her. And then if she ever wants out, he'll have no one.
Oh, jeez.
So he's just talking straight to Nick for Brad.
Yeah, my gosh. All right.
So it sounds like he's got some, I guess, experience with that. Morgan says, whatever you do, definitely don't blame his fiance. You don't have to like her. She doesn't have to like you. She's not your friend. She has nothing to do with how he handles his friendships. Talk to him about the distance. Don't say anything about his relationship being the cause. That won't end well.
Yeah, but you want your friends' spouses to be friendly with you too, right?
That would make everything more harmonious.
Yeah.
But is it a requirement?
Yeah, that's true. Andrew, the Love Doctor, always calls our show, gives some sound advice. What are you thinking?
When you start to date somebody, yes, it's normal to be pulled away from your friends. That's what you do. You're spending time and attention with the person that you want to be with. That's normal. All the guys saying, oh, she's pulling you away from us. Dude, that's normal. They would do the same thing, number one. Number two, get together as a group, have a conversation with him. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately his decision. He's not going to change because women have this unique power over men. And when that happens, I think he's either going to go down this toxic road if it's toxic and get hurt, or she's going to alienate his friends, and it's going to cause problems in the marriage.
All right, thank you, sir. HJ says, you think this is the end? Wait till all of you start having kids.
Oh, no.
That's the fall of Friends.
Oh, wow. Dang. Now, Laura Ann says, maybe y'all should ask him over for like one last dinner kind of thing. Everyone shows up. If you feel this is going to be the end of the friendship, bring it up and get it all out on the table. Maybe there's something so simple that can fix this. It could be a misunderstanding and she's holding a grudge. He could be trying to pursue a different venture in life and surrounding himself with people in the same field to be successful and motivate him. I do know I was in a situation very similar and we just had a conversation. Now we're all still involved in each other's lives and kiddos' lives. It's worth the risk if you feel all hope is already lost. Just be adults about it and don't fight.
Yeah, it is awkward being either the first in the friend group to have kids.
Right.
Because then it's like, yeah, I can't go out. I've got kids.
Yes.
Or if you're the last.
Right.
And it's like, no one can go out now because they've all got kids.
Well, and I do agree with the whole season thing. You know, you have friends for a different season.
Yeah.
So we kind of tend to now hang out with like the parents of our kids' friends. You know, school friends.
Kind of seasonal friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And now we're in a new neighborhood where we know a lot of people, and that's kind of, you know, who we end up spending the most time with, for sure. So I think there is something to be said about that. Of course, it's sad if you really want to continue the friendship and you feel like he's ready to pull away. You know, that's always awkward. But I think I agree with everybody, just kind of bringing it up to him. I like Laura Ann's suggestion of putting together a last dinner for the friends and just bring it up. Just like, hey, are we, you know, I realize it might take a little bit more effort to stay together and to keep getting together and be involved in each other's lives, but I want to.
You heard, Kelly.
Look at me.
There it is.
I'm putting the expert stamp on my forehead.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, if you want to comment or whatever, you can at Ben and Kelly Show. We always have these up on our Facebook page. And, yeah, keep us posted and, you know, let us know how it all works out. We hope the best.